Hi, my name is Todd Poore, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to harmonize a melody. I'm going to be doing this mainly on guitar, since that's my primary instrument, but these concepts would apply to any instrument that you may play or be attempting to write a harmony part for. Some of the more common intervals for harmonizing would be your thirds, sixths, fifths, fourths. Those are all good intervals for harmonizing, but any interval could work depending on the sound you're shooting for. So I'm going to be mainly dealing with thirds. That's what I use in my example that I have here pulled up, and I'll show you that in just a second. Now if you prefer the theoretical approach to things, then definitely make sure you know your notes, you know intervals, know the shapes of them on your instrument. If you're not sure on any of that stuff, I have videos demonstrating it on guitar, so that's very helpful. But you know, before I even knew anything about music theory, I was writing a lot of this stuff and I was just using my ear. Anyone can do that if you trust your ear, I guess. You really just need to learn examples of it, and you know, it's nice having a way to record yourself. A lot of how I would write these parts originally was I would come up with my first melody and I would record it, and then I would play over it until I found what sounded right. And so that's kind of how I would do it at first. Now that I do know my theory a little bit more, I can come up with these way more efficiently. It's not that my method now is any better necessarily, it's maybe a little more efficient sometimes, but either approach works pretty well if you trust your ear. If it sounds right, then it probably is right. So I got an example here pulled up. This is a song called What's the Diff? It's a tune I wrote for a band I play in, but I had also made one of my little one-man band YouTube videos for it. So if you haven't heard the song, check it out. Todd Poore, What's the Diff? In the guitar solo section, I kind of duo myself with two guitar parts back and forth, but at the end of the solos they go into a harmony part, where I take a fairly simple melody in one guitar line and then I double the melody in the other guitar part, which I'm going to be playing in thirds. I'm taking the exact same rhythm and the same pattern essentially through the scale, but the shapes I would be using for each guitar part are going to have to vary a little bit, because the type of third that you get off of whatever note you're in, whatever note you're on from the given scale you're in, could change depending on what member of the scale you're in. Okay, and I will show you examples of this in just a second. So first, maybe let's just take a quick listen. So here's the song, What's the Diff? We're going to jump to the solos, and I will play a little bit on here for you, and then I'm going to grab my guitar in a second and break down what's actually going on. Okay, so I got the lead part soloed out. Hear the harmonies coming in. And that's basically it. So it's a fairly simple melody, but a lot of the great melodies, a lot of the really catchy ones are simple. Not that that one's great or anything. But yeah, shooting for simplicity versus you know, the rest of the solos in there, which I'm, I guess, trying to be rather technical on. So anyways, what I have going on there, I'm in the key of B minor on this one, and again, I just have that nice simple melody to start. So when I come up with my harmonized part, obviously I want to be using the same rhythms I'm using on the first one. And essentially I'm just taking every note that I play from my kind of foundation harmony part, or melody part, whatever you want to call it, and I double it in thirds. Now again, it's going to depend on what note I'm on at the given time there, what type of third I want. I'm going to start on a D note. So if I'm to count up a third from D, D, E, F. Now in this case, it's not F natural though. If you know your key signatures well, then you would know in the key of B minor you have an F sharp and a C sharp. So if you come across those notes in your melody or your harmonized part, then you want to make sure that you're sticking to that key. If I used an F natural, then it would obviously sound kind of out of key there. Another way I could figure that out, I mean, even if I didn't know my theory all that well and have all my key signatures memorized, I could use my ear, first of all, or I could just play up the scale, start on a B somewhere, and make sure you know your scale that you're in. So I could be in this case I'm in B minor, right? So, play through the scale so that way you know your notes, and then find the note you're starting on, which was D, walk up a third in key. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I know that first note has to start on an F sharp then. My next note of that first main melody line is an F sharp. So, if I'm to walk up a third from F sharp, G, A. So I know my note harmonizing the F sharp is going to be an A. Let's go back to that main part again. So D, F sharp, D, that's a C sharp, and then I have an A natural. So C sharp and A natural, we have to harmonize those next. So count your way up from C sharp, D, E. So E should be my note that harmonizes the C sharp. And the note that harmonizes the A, B, C. Make sure we stick to the key, so that's going to be C sharp, right? And yeah, and end up playing that up here. So if you listen back, here are the two parts now played separately. First part, here's the harmony. And that's pretty much it. So again, to make sense out of this stuff, learn examples of it, experiment with it, use your ear, use whatever theory knowledge you may have acquired, and watch more of my videos, please. Thank you very much. Guess that's pretty much it for this one. See you guys next time.